All right, let's dive into something that I think we've all felt at some point, that fear of running out of things to say. Well, in this explainer, we're going to tackle that head on. We're going to build a toolkit so you can make sure that mostly never happens to you again.
You know that feeling, right? You're in a conversation, it's actually going pretty well, and then poof, nothing. It's like a total mental traffic jam, and all that's left is this awkward silence while your brain feels like it just went completely offline.
I mean, this just says it perfectly. It's so frustrating. You want to connect, you want to say something, anything, but you're just met with that long, awkward pause. But here's the good news. You're not broken, and you are definitely not boring. There's something else going on.
So, what is really going on in those moments? Well, the problem isn't what you probably think it is. And honestly, understanding the real cause is the very first step to fixing this whole thing for good. Okay, this is the core idea. The big secret, really. It's called the conversation paradox. The reason you can't think of anything to say isn't because your brain is empty. Oh no, it's because your brain is too full. And there's this little bouncer in your head, this inner critic, that's just rejecting almost every single idea before it even has a chance to get out of your mouth.
So this means it's not a problem of creation, it's a problem of filtration. You're sitting there thinking, my mind is a total blank, when the reality is your mind is just hesitating. It's judging your own thoughts way, way too harshly. So let's work on changing that.
So now let's actually build our toolkit. We're going to start with a super simple rule and a really powerful mindset shift that can get a conversation flowing almost instantly. The first tool is all about speed. It's the 3-second rule. The moment an idea, any idea, pops into your head, you have a 3-second window. That's it. You have to say it. Don't analyze it. Don't wait to see if it's perfect. Just get it out there before that inner critic has time to shut it down. Speak messy, speak human. It's okay. Okay, and what if you're really feeling stuck? Try this. Stop trying so hard to talk and instead start trying to listen. You're going to switch into detective mode. Get genuinely curious about the other person. You'll find that the pressure just instantly shifts right off of you. And this works because it completely changes the dynamic of the whole interaction. When you are truly focused on learning about someone else, you stop worrying about how you sound or what you're going to say next. The goal isn't performance anymore. It's connection. And that makes all the difference. All right, now for some next level techniques. I want you to think of these as your conversation insurance. These are the tools that are going to make sure you're never truly stuck again. This technique is called threading, and it is an absolute game changer. It's like having conversation X-ray vision. It's the skill of listening for key words in what someone is saying and seeing all the new potential topics that are hidden right inside their sentence. Every keyword is a new path you can explore. Just take this one simple sentence. Look at all the threads. You could ask about hiking, about Colorado, about their brother, the awful weather. You could even share a story about your own awful experience. You see? Just like that, one sentence gives you at least 5 different roads for the conversation. You're never at a dead end again. Okay, but let's be real. What happens when your mind goes completely, totally blank, even with all these tools? Don't worry, we've got a safety net for that. This is your emergency kit.
Here are 2 super simple rescue tricks. First, just scan the environment. Look around the room and just comment on something you see. Hey, this cafe has great music. It's an easy way to just reset the flow. Or even better, use a callback. Mention something they said 5 minutes ago. Not only does that restart the chat, it shows you were actually listening, which is a huge bonus.
You know, it also really helps to have a few easy, open-ended questions, just ready to go in your back pocket. Think of them as your emergency kit. They work in almost any situation, and they can instantly bring a stalled conversation right back to life. And finally, let's talk about a skill that so many of us overlook: how to end a conversation gracefully. Getting this right is so important because it leaves a really positive final impression, and it makes the entire interaction feel good for everyone involved. This 3-step method is so smooth and so effective. First, you affirm the connection. I really enjoyed talking to you. Then you give a clear, genuine reason for leaving. I've got to run. And then you create a little bridge to a future interaction. It leaves the other person feeling valued, not like you just ditched them.
And you know, that's probably the biggest takeaway from all of this. The goal has never been perfection. It's connection. You have to give yourself permission to be human. The best, most memorable conversations are found in those messy, unscripted moments, not in some flawless performance.
So get out there. Start talking. And please remember, even if your brain glitches for a second, it is okay. People get it. The most important part, the only part that really matters, is just showing up and being willing to try.